This video is for a typical beginner content creator. Step 1, why do you want to start creating content? Typically, there are different reasons why people want to start creating content. You want to start creating content to make money. You want to start creating content for just your creative endeavor, or you want to create content for clout and entertainment purposes that people just know your name. Now you started creating content because you want to start making money on the internet. Well, the fastest way to go around doing this, not by doing vlog content, it's not by doing random thoughts, mental health content. If you started creating content because you want to start a business from it, that is fine. But now you have to know the type of business that you want to start. When I started creating content around 2022, I just did it as like a creative outlet. I was in university at the time, I was doing my engineering, and I found this curiosity in just being a YouTuber. One day in my room, I can perfectly remember I was doing Ramadan time. I came back to my room and I was, after watching this YouTube video from Ali Abdal telling people to start YouTube channels, I just came back, I locked myself in my room. I just placed my phone on my table like this without the tripod. I placed it there and boom, I started recording and the rest is history. I was just posting about mental health, things I knew much about. But in that process, I started getting frustrated. Why? Because another reason why I wanted to do this YouTube thing was to eventually make money from content creation. Now I've been able to see that this is a shift from, okay, a creative outlet now to business. Now I want to make money from this. Now, if you want to make money with content creation, there are different routes to it. You can either be a UGC creator, that means you be an influencer for all these micro brands. To do this, typically, if I was to go down this route, this is not the route I'm going down, but if I was to go down this route, I would establish an online presence. That means I'll create content about particularly the industries I'm interested in. For example, now, if I want to be sponsored by tech creators, I'll start creating content on tech. There's this girl I know, she calls herself a medical AI teacher. What she does is that she makes AI tips and tricks for medical students, how to use AI as a medical student. And I'm like, that's a brilliant idea. Now, if I want to get a brand, a medical brand that probably an AI startup, I would reach out to them. I'll send them an email because these guys are actually looking for small creators like you to be the face of their brands. I'll reach out to them via email, keep applying to like at least 5, 10. If they see they have a good online presence with your message and your niche aligns with their niche, then boom, you can make money from that. Another way to make money with content creation is you can sell a product or a service. If you've established a personal brand and people are watching your content, people like the content, people like you as an individual. Maybe you're a funny guy, maybe people like the way you talk, maybe people like the shirts that you like. Now the product that you can sell, for example, is your shirt. I always wear these shirts on my videos. People would want to buy into my fashion sense. Do you understand? Because I'm a creator that people like the type of shirts that I like. It's basically just trying to find small ways to monetize your business, your personality, the way I speak now. There's some people that are not as fluent as I am in talking, or there are some people that are not as confident in talking to the camera as I am. There's something that you are better than another individual that you can now productize that knowledge that you have and teach your audience. To do this is the same process. Make content teaching people in that niche how to speak, how to articulate yourself, and then eventually there are some people that really want to hone into their skills and really improve their ability to speak in front of a camera. Those people that are serious, you now take them and you now work with them. Another thing that people find difficult is not being able to find their niche. When you want to build a personal brand around what? Basically, the best way to do this is to find out what is it that you are interested in and keep talking about that thing. For example, the people that have been able to gather in my content creation community, something that I'm really trying to do is whenever I get a DM or someone messages me, or whenever we're just trying to break down what it is they want, I first ask them, what is it that you're interested in that you can talk about? And make sure to write down like 10 topics. In those 10 topics, once you're able to identify those 10 topics that you could potentially talk about, list them down to 3. Once you've been able to list them down to 3, you find different ways to integrate those 3 topics together. Let me give you an example. When I started creating content, I was making gym videos I was making self-improvement videos, and I was making small content creation tips videos. All these things were things I was interested in doing. So I kept making videos around these different topics. I started resonating with the one I wanted to do long term. Do you understand? If I wanted to do fitness, I would have been in the gym making this video, lifting dumbbells and barbells. But no, what I want to do is to teach content creators how to speak in front of a camera, how to find their niche, how to potentially monetize their product or audience. Another cool thing that I'm also seeing is the rise of social media managers. Basically, what companies are doing now is, as I said before, they are getting UGC creators, they are getting all these small brand influencers to be the face of their brands. So if you ever land a job as a social media manager, right, you have to figure out what are the values of the company. For example, if you're working for a company that sells Vaseline, right? The content that you're going to be making for that company, even though it might be slow, but your goal is to make more sales of the Vaseline for the company. Where most people get this wrong, I met a popular influencer yesterday. We actually went to the same school. What people get wrong is they just end up making random videos just to get viral, all this, they keep chasing trends. But what will actually drive profit for the business in the long term is talking about their own product. It's telling people why they should choose Vaseline over another product. It's telling people the benefits of this. It's telling people how long it will last. The thing with this type of content is it's the boring type of content, but in the long run, that is what is going to drive sales for your company. They don't want you to make more dancing videos. From time to time, we should step out and make creative videos, but those creative viral videos should still resonate on the product that you're trying to sell. Yeah. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.